Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. We're back on Dondiego, and we finished the animals, feeding the animals. I got my mixing stations running again. They were getting kind of low, and we're still doing some harvesting, so let's get out and do that. Let me go find Big Bud. Let's get the harvester started first. I think Big Bud's ready to come in. Let's just hire somebody here and see who we've got. Got John Tice on this one. John Tice, the old truck driver. And got a couple of guys that subscribe here that are truck drivers. Probably more than that, but there's two that I know of for sure that are patrons. A couple of my patrons. John Tice is one of them. And who's the other guy? No, just kidding. Jeremy Varner's the other one. Just kidding, Jeremy. Jeremy's been one of my subscribers for quite some time. So let's see here. Let's start this fella up, and we've got Bradley on this one. Bradley King. Let's start him, and we've got James Rathwell here on one of the trucks. Let's see. It looks like our plowing is not done. It's supposed to be done, but it's not. This field has got some ups and downs on it. That means that I have to come in and manually fix it every time. There's Big Bud. I think Big Bud's full. I'm not sure, but I think he's full. He's eating all he can eat, and he wants to come in and have a little dessert. You ever notice how your kids never want to eat their food? They'll say, you haven't finished your supper, but I'm full. And you'll say, okay, fine. And then they'll come and say, do I get some dessert? Oh, wait a minute. Evidently, you don't know what the meaning of full means. And they always get upset with me. Well, I haven't had any dessert, but you said you were full. You didn't eat all your supper. Well, yeah, but we want some dessert. I hate to tell you this, when I was a kid, we never got dessert. The only time we got dessert was if it was somebody's birthday and we had a birthday cake. We didn't get dessert. You know, on rare occasions, we might go out for an ice cream cone or, you know, something like that. But we didn't have dessert with every meal. Very rarely. Like I say, if it was somebody's birthday, we'd have a cake around, but it just didn't happen. These kids, they think they got to have dessert with every meal. Anyway, just a little rant. It's Memorial Weekend, and that means, you know, an extra day for the weekend and no school. So I get the kids, you know, full time. I have them I got them every night anyway after school. Yeah, I know. They're kids. What are you going to do? They don't always drive me crazy, but... And nowadays, you know, when I was a kid, as soon as... If school wasn't in session, as soon as it was light enough for us to get our clothes on, we were gone. We were outside. We were running around. We were visiting with friends. We were playing. We were doing... We'd go down to parks. We'd go swimming. We'd go hiking. We'd go wherever. Now you can't get them off the couch in the PlayStation or the computer, as the case may be. 9-year-old is into Sims right now. Now, granted, she's kind of creative and she likes to build. So she's been building houses and creating characters and that kind of stuff. But she'll sit on that computer all day long if you let her. And her little brother is a year and a half or so younger than her, and he's into Minecraft, and it's the same thing. They just won't get off, and we have to physically take them off. Say, okay, you've had a couple hours, time to go out and do something. No, they won't go outside. You send them outside, 5 minutes later they're back in. Well, now they're bored. Okay, go read a book. You can't, you've been too long on the games. You know, you can't sit there all day. And, you know, so read a book, get a color book, color, do something. But the kids just don't want to go outside anymore. I don't know what the deal is. Like I said, you couldn't get us in to eat a meal. You know, we'd leave. We didn't come home for lunch. Well, sometimes we did, but most of the time we were too busy playing to come home for lunch. We're lucky to get home for dinner. Well, plus the fact we couldn't wait to get out of school and leave the house, get our own apartment, and do stuff. Nowadays, I get kids coming home at 35, 40 years old. I don't know what the heck the world's coming to. I got the biggest trouble I ever got in with my kids was one of them ticked me off one day. They all have at one point. But one day I got ticked off at one of them, and I said, you know, to my wife, and you know, I really love my kids. I really do. But sometimes I don't like them. And my kids happened to hear that comment and just went ballistic on me. How could you say something so terrible to us? You know, they thought that I disowned them. Literally. Yeah, it's kind of funny because later on, as they got a little older, just one of them was ticking everybody off. And the two older ones, it was the younger one, the two older ones came to me and he said, Dad, you remember that time you said that, you know, you loved your kids, but sometimes you didn't like them? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, we're kind of understanding what you meant by that, because we're kind of feeling that right now about our sister. I said, see, you guys thought I was the evil incarnate when I said that. And now you know what I mean. Nothing to a parent is more enjoyable than to have your children come up later in life and say, I wish we'd have listened to you. You tried to tell us, whatever it is, but we thought you were so stupid that you didn't know anything. You're just old fogies, whatever it is. There's nothing more enjoyable than having your kids come back. Well, there is one thing more enjoyable than that. And that is when your kids have kids and their kids are worse than they were, or at least comparable to where they were. And you can say, see, now you know how we felt. See, now you know why we did what we did. See, don't come complaining to us because your kids are evil, because they take after you. You did the same thing when you were a kid. Yeah, they don't see that, but kids are kids. I think I got this one whipped out, kind of, sort of, now that I've offended everybody that's living with their parents right now. Just remember, it doesn't matter what somebody says, they still love their kids. You know. And I don't have to worry about offending my kids anyway. 5 minutes later, they're going to come in and ask me for something. Money, car, something. I'm going to be, I'm going to be the one that has to pull them out of trouble or whatever. So they turn around pretty darn quick. Is this guy just waiting? Did I not stop him? Stop driver. No, he's running. All right, let's go find Big Bud. I think he's over on this side. Let's go find him. There we are. He's full. Big Bud. Big Bud. Big Bad Bud. Do we have to plow any more fields? Okay, 14 we did. What's that patch right there? That's weird. We don't own 12. 11's okay, so 29 needs to be plowed. 29 does. Isn't that weird? Well, let's get a tractor down there. I got a tractor. Let's get this one here down to 29. I've got a plow on the other side. I keep a plow on each side of the river or canal or whatever you want to call it, because those plows right there, they're too big. I can't get them across these bridges. So I have to keep one on this side and one on the other. The only way to get it on that side over there was to teleport it from the dealer, which is over there on the south side. So let's latch on to this guy. Put him to work. Yeah, I watched YouTube today. A YouTuber talking about how there's so many big YouTubers out there complaining that YouTube's broken and that kind of thing. Uh-oh. Did we not? Oh, this is 29 right here. Okay, I don't own that field there. That's 31. How YouTube is broken, they can't make money on it. You know, they quit their jobs and now they're starving to death or something. I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention to that part of it. But this guy's take was completely different. It was, good to have been good to me. And, are there ups and downs? Of course there are. So I hire somebody to do this here. Josh Lennon is on this one, but the thing I found that was interesting was the fact that what is going on? Drive course. All right, I don't want to drive right now. Let's fill him up first. The thing I found interesting was this guy went back and started looking at YouTubers, and just YouTube is broken, YouTube is broken, YouTube is broken, and you can see hundreds of videos of big and medium-sized YouTubers complaining that YouTube is broken. The thing I found interesting was when he went back and looked that some of these videos were 5 and 6 years old. As a matter of fact, quite a few of them were. And his whole point was people have been saying YouTube's broken since it came out for whatever reason, And I just started laughing. It's kind of funny. It's kind of in the same grain as Harvard University just had graduation, and they had the guy that owns Facebook, the guy that created Facebook, who's a millennial guy. He's young, and he's a billionaire or millionaire or whatever heir he is. He's a big shot, and here he's talking to class of Harvard, and he's telling them that the system. And what he means by the system is America doesn't work, because here you guys are in Harvard and you're all graduating. He said, I dropped out and became a billionaire in 2 or 3 years. And here you guys are graduating, and a lot of you are going to come out without jobs. And that it's wrong, that America is wrong, that somebody could drop out and become a billionaire. Now, if you think about it, that's what makes America great. That somebody like that could become a billionaire in 3 years or 4 years or whatever it took him to do it. That's what makes America great. It doesn't mean that it's broken because everybody can't do that. It just means that you can do anything you want to do in America. You can be anything you want to be, and the thing of it is, though, you do have to take into consideration, one, talent, a little bit of ambition, and a whole lot of luck. There does have to be an element of luck, and you can see that in music. You can see it in film. There's a lot of musicians out there and a lot of people that can sing that don't become, top of the chart. A lot of it has to do with luck, knowing the right people, being in the right place at the right time, that kind of thing. Not everybody is going to make it to the top. But the whole point of it is that you can do that in America. It's something that can happen. But anyway, that's kind of the way that whole thing hit me anyway. It kind of comes down to the way that some people see a glass half empty, some see it half full. And in actuality, I tend to be the half empty kind of a guy. That's just kind of the way I've been mostly. I'm not the upbeat, happy-go-lucky, everything's sunshine kind of a person. I'm not. I'm kind of I'm not overtly, oh, woe is me and things are bad at all. I'm not that way. But I'm not overly bubbly either. I can see the writing on the wall. I'm just not, But what I mean is, it's funny how some people are that way. I hear you've got somebody that became a billionaire in 3 years, and you think there's something wrong with America that he was able to do that? That's kind of crazy. Well, plus the fact he's talking to people in Harvard. Do you know how hard it is to get into Harvard? These people aren't scraping to get there. It's just, Anyway, enough of that. Just something I saw that kind of tweaked my whatever. All right, Big Bud, I got to think of something to talk about because Big Bud's so slow. All right, Big Bud, you're going to go back to work now. I apologize for a little bit of ranting. I do that every once in a while. Normally, I just play the game, try to have fun. But I kind of, in between the episodes I was doing here, I was watching some YouTubers, and that kind of struck me kind of funny. And it's on my mind, and I thought I'd talk about it. I'm done. I'll go back to farming. I'm just going to let him go from here because I don't want to drive him all the way around there. I'll let him find his own way around. Let's see. What's going on here? Why is this guy not working? Huh. That's odd. Who's working there? Josh Lennon's on that one. Josh Lennon's on this one. James Rathwell's on there. And there. James, the truck driver from way back. What else we got here? I'm not quite ready to start seeding yet. So I'm just kind of, okay. I think I've got some more gas to pick up. Let's go do that. And then I'm going to see how the seeds are doing. I need seeds for... You know what I should do is I should go and take a look at how much compost and manure I've got. And start work, because I want to start working on the vegetable machines and the fruit. I need manure and or compost for the fruit. I need manure and compost for the vegetables. And I need seeds for the fruit. Let's go find our water tank. What is wrong with this guy? Bradley, what are you doing? Oh, the cruise control was turned off. No wonder. He kicked the cruise control up bit by bit. There we go. Is anybody else having that problem? What's this guy doing? Oh, he's done. He's toast now. Yeah, the whole thing about my kids not going outside just came up because just before I started recording this, I was out with the 9-year-old, and she's supposed to be. She wanted to watch a movie. It's 8:00 in the evening, Sunday, day before Memorial Day. 8:00 in the evening. She wanted to watch a movie. She's been playing Sims all afternoon, and. Granted, we still don't have very nice weather right now. It's kind of chilly, and it was supposed to be sunny, but it wasn't. It was overcast. We live on the coast. It's kind of coolish. So going outside, I can understand. But so we tried to get her off the computer for a while. Come watch a movie. So she picked out a movie. 5 minutes later, she's just bored and wants to get back on the computer. And was, nope, you've been on there playing Sims for the last 3-4 hours. That's enough for now. Well, I'm bored. Well, you wanted to watch a movie. Well, I changed my mind. And so that's kind of where that little rant came from that I was talking about earlier, where kids don't want to go outside anymore. I think I'll leave this guy over here for now. He's parking right here. Big Bud's working still. Let's see. He's done with that field, I guess. Although, I'm assuming they always miss this patch up in this upper corner up here for some reason. Now, what's that? Why did it miss that? That's kind of weird. Yeah, for some reason, there's a patch right in this corner up here. Now, there's another one. Strange. Might as well leave it down now. I'm going to have to drop it here in a minute anyway. Yep. So, yeah, I don't rant too awful much. Every once in a while I'll get on a rant, but I don't really consider them really rants. It's just something on my mind. And I told you why the kids were on my mind. That just happened. Most of the time I come in here and I'm just ready to farm. But sometimes I'll run into some family issues before I come back here, and then that's what's on my mind. And you get to hear a little bit about it. Life. It's just life. All right, I think I'm done plowing for the time being. And let's see about seeding now. Let's go find our seeders. Okay, this guy, we can run across the canal. What? Uh-oh. Is it getting cloudy? It is getting cloudy. Look at that. It's only 11:30 in the morning. And the lights on the farm are coming on. Goodness gracious. Now, in the last episode, we were feeding animals, and I decided what I needed to do was to seed the sunflower seeds and corn, because I need those for making food for the animals. My animals, I've got so many animals now that they're eating an awful lot of food. So let's do sunflower seeds down here, and we'll do corn up north. How's that? Any objections to that? I didn't think so. Let's go to town. All right, who's working down here? Andy, Tom is down here. Let's run up and get... now, wait a minute. I think that I've got this guy I need for the other whatcha-dinger, the other seeder. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been using this tractor exclusively, but on some of my other plays that I'm doing, and I don't record them all. I'm only recording Texas and Dondiego right at the moment, but I'm playing several other different maps. But on some of those, I'm using this big John Deere with tri-wheels, tri-axles, instead of duals. And it's been working really well with this great big 32-meter seeder here. 32-meter seeder. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck? So when I get rich and famous here, I might trade one of these in and get a John Deere. I like the John Deere, and it works pretty well. These do too, though. These are actually currently my favorite rig right here. For as far as tractors go, this Fendt, it's my favorite right now. Let's grab some seed, and again, I'm going to do corn. Let's put that up there before I get started and get upset with myself that I seeded canola instead of corn. Looks like the mixing stations are still working. Getting a little low on some maybe. And then let's put a little fertilizer in there. We're full up. Let's start with field 14. And let's switch this to seeding and fertilizing. And seed field 14. And we're starting over here, looks like. Let's spread our wings out. Hell, I might have to turn lights on out here. Not that that's going to do me a lot of good, but... Okay. Let's drop this and start it up. I'm going to start manually here for a second until we get up close to the corner, and then see if it'll take over for us in the right location. Looks like it's going to. And then it just should take off and hit 24 miles an hour and go about its business. Okay, this is full, and oh my god, we still have quite a bit of fuel in there. How are we doing on fertilizer? Is it growing? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take this fuel and I'm gonna put it on the main farm here. Then I'm gonna fill this up with regular fuel and head over to the compost maker. Actually, I think I've got a fuel tank over there. So let's drop this off here. And I need to start making more compost. I'm pretty sure I've got some. And we'll haul some over to the vegetable garden. All right, let's get this thing unloading. Let's grab this and see how much we've already got. Wait a minute, we can look. Oh, here, let's see. Right here, have we got compost listed up here? And we don't. Is that right? No compost listed up here? There it is, compost. We've only got 261,000 in compost, so we need to... How about manure? What are we doing on manure? Manure. We got 461 manure, so we got twice as much manure as we have compost. So, let's see. You know what we could do is... Yeah, nope, let's do this first. I just said we had twice as much manure. So let's not work on manure right now. Let's work on compost. We're going to grab some straw and head over to the compost machine. And as usual, we're doing 100 million things at the same time. I can't do it any other way. I don't know why. I'm just kind of... I don't know. Oop, straw. There we go. I love the way this fills up. It's so fast. And off we go. On our way to San Jose. With the load of straw. Big Bud's full again. We need to get him back to the farm. I bet he's out there, yonder. Takes him about 3 trips or 4 trips around. I don't think it'd do me any good to make a... Oh. That was the combine. Is he done with that field already? I don't think it'd do me any good to make a course plate route to come in to dump that, because that's such a large area. Who knows where he's going to be and what he's going to run into when he tries to get out there. It's too late in the day, I think, because it's noon, but I need to start paying attention to the soy milk. This soy milk factory over yonder. It's only open certain... See, it's closed now. It's only open certain times of the day. The water's closed. The pig food is open, and the slurry is open, and the milk is open, but the fuel is locked, as well as the water and the soybeans. So at certain times of the day... Oh, yeah, see, the fuel's locked up. At certain times of the day, part of this thing's open, part of it's closed. Yeah, I am so shocked at how much fuel this thing takes. Okay, there's no compost in there. There's a little tiny bit of fuel, it looks like. But this thing takes so much fuel to operate that I was, for a while when I was making compost, I was leaving the tanker here because it was too far away for me to keep running back and forth with fuel to keep it running. Yeah, there's no straw in it, so that's there. As a matter of fact, it got so bad that I actually put a placeable fuel pump here so I could quickly get fuel to keep that thing full. Okay, while he's doing that, let's run and get the fuel truck. It's almost as fast for me just to run there. Woo! Holy smokes. See how fast this thing goes? I think I mentioned in a previous episode, I ended up getting a new program that makes me run this way. The one I was using, they updated it, and when they did, they slowed it down. Oh, he's stuck on the wall again. Ah. What are you doing? There, go about your business. All right, you go. Let me see here. There he is. Let's get this guy on the road again. In my skull tractor. I never did fix these skull tractors. I need to fix them. The skull tractor, this tractor is a pretty decent tractor. It really is. It's a medium powered tractor. It's got pretty good size horsepower on it. It's pretty stable, but in the store it only sells for $1,000. The mod maker, whoever modded this, didn't want to pay a lot for it, and I never changed it. It really should be changed, because this thing's, just the tires on it would be $1,000. Come on. I just never fixed it. It wasn't mine to fix. But I probably should fix it, because it isn't right. On one farm, I've got 4 or 5 of these things. When I first started the map, I couldn't afford a bunch of tractors, and so I just bought 4 or 5 of these things for $1,000 each. They're not buku powerful, but they're not bad. Like I say, it's a good medium-sized tractor. Look out, zombies! Coming through. Don't mind me. Yeah, I mentioned this before. This one of the things, I just heard it there a while back down the road. The tractors that creak, they make that creaking sound. I just love that. I just really love that creaking sound. If you wait a second, you'll probably hear it. Or not. It's kind of like a watched pot isn't going to boil while you're watching it. Alrighty, let's grab a little fuel here. I don't think we're going to get to the vegetable farm or the fruit farm today. I don't think we're going to make it. I got to make that a priority though, because I want to make I want to grow some fruit and vegetables. Now the vegetables you don't do anything with. They have an automatic sell, so they're on one of those conveyor belts that automatically sell. So you don't even know it's happening unless you watch up in the right hand corner when something actually sells, and you see it. Then you'll say, "Oh, I just sold some vegetables." Now the fruit, you have to pick it up. You pick the fruit up, and you can either store it, you can sell it, or you can take it to the juicer. There's a factory on the map that you can make fruit juice. So there you go. Let's grab this fella and head back for some more straw. Yeah, I don't like these tinted wheels. I don't like these tinted whatcha-dingers here. Windshields. I like tinted windshields, don't get me wrong, in real life. In the game, they don't make a lot of sense, because you don't have any bright light glaring through the windshield. There's just light. It's just ambient light. So you don't need tinted windows. They don't do anything for you. Okay, I don't have any. I need to bring grain to that too. Let's see what I have. Okay, we need wheat, barley, and wheat, barley. Oh, shoot. And corn? Okay, and we don't have a lot of corn yet. So, yeah, we'll do that. To make bread, we need to bring wheat, barley, and corn over there. It makes pallets of wheat, barley, and corn flour. Then you take that to the bread factory and add some water, and it makes bread. So that's how you make your bread. So I got to get over here with some of that. Bradley's got a full grain tank. Got to clean up this field here. I should double it up on that one. That's not ours. 12 isn't ours. I'm getting far enough into this map that I've got, it takes a long time to do anything. Harvest. Everything I need to do, it takes forever. Alright, let's start this fella up. Clean this field up. Andy's done. Can't remember what Andy was doing, but he's done. Uh-oh. Worker doesn't want to do this. I'm going to have to do it manually. I don't even know if it's worth doing manually, but we're gonna do it. Also, as I mentioned, I was using that grasshopper forage wagon, that weird looking one that's got the windrower built on it. I was using it for the straw pickup, and it held too much. It held 2.5 million tons, and my tractor wouldn't pull it. After about, well, close to 1.7 million, it wouldn't pull it anymore. And so I went in and remodded it and dropped it down to 1.5 million. The tractor I'm using, which is that Fendt, should be able to now pull it up to 100 million without any trouble. 100.5 million. But I'm only using it for the straw. The grass is heavier, and after about 600,000 or 700,000, it bogged the tractor down. If you were using anything else. I don't know how much this is doing for me. There's really not that much grain in a small patch like this. Hang on. What is that? This is oats. I wonder if we have any corn. Nope, that's oats. Good Lord. What's with the oats? Holy smokes! I wonder if the same guy owns all these fields. He went heavy into oats. Oh, now we got spelt. And more spelt. And nothing. Cool. Alright. Alrighty. Onward. And I think with that, I'm going to call it an episode. I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't. That'd make me a happy camper. And I'll catch up with you next time on the old farm. Happy farming.